So Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is definitely essential for the end of PS4 days. It was developed by Toys for Bob, and Toys for Bob, they're the ones that made the remastered trilogy of the first three Crash Bandicoot from about 3 years ago. What I can say about Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time is it is everything that you would love and have loved in the good Crash Bandicoot games. You got the Crash Bandicoot that doesn't look like he has Down syndrome. You've got the difficult levels, and yes, they are difficult, but also the presentation of it is very, very stellar. Not only can you be an expert in the games, already knowledgeable of the series, but also they have a casual gamer setting. And everything about Crash Bandicoot 4 is phenomenal. The biggest downfall to me with Crash Bandicoot 4, it's the biggest and it's the only downfall, is the remastered trilogy. It had it all, 2160p, HDR, 4K, everything. And let me tell you, those games on PS4 Pro pop. They pop visually. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, it's 4K at 2160p and the frame rate is fine. But the problem is that it doesn't have HDR, and honestly, I used to think that HDR only messed with like black levels until I played the remastered trilogy and then Crash Bandicoot 4. And honestly, Crash Bandicoot 4 still looks gorgeous. Everything looks flawless. The problem though is, at least before the patch, I've noticed that it's a bit more colorful after the new update and the patch. But when I first put it in and played the first island, all of the colors just looked so scaled down. Kind of like what a color would look like if you were to say it were tone deaf. Kind of like scaled down, like the blues, the orange, they don't really pop. It's just kind of there. Now, don't get me wrong, this is still a gorgeous as hell game. The sound is amazing. The frame rate is consistent. The colors are still very good. It is a beautiful game, don't get me wrong. But without the insertion and the implementation of HDR, it, at least on release day, it was definitely noticeable. So that's the only gripe I have towards Crash Bandicoot 4. Otherwise, this is a very, very well made, very... Oh man, this is just a phenomenal game through and through. It has the regular Crash quirks in it, where you play as Crash and the story is very minimal. But honestly, the story's still pretty good for how much of a minimalist kind of story it is. It's still a good story. You have a lot of gameplay variants in it. There's just so much to do. You can play through the game as Crash. You can play through it all as Coco. And even then, not just for that, you can also time travel, and you can do time trials, and you can do reverse gameplay in each map and level. It's just, honestly, other than the color issue on my part, for my opinion, other than that, this is a flawless masterpiece, well-made game. But the color really diminished it for me. It's still a phenomenal game, don't get me wrong. But I have to take it as, is it damn near close to being perfect? Yes, but that color issue gets in the way. So for me, honestly, I have to say that Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is a 9 out of 10. Which I think is a very, very fair score. It has a lot of replayability, and it is a very long game. And the gameplay still holds up. For a series that started, 99 or something, the gameplay still holds its own water. And it's amazing, and I can't wait to keep playing it. So, 9 out of 10. Thank you.